Emily's scream rang through the corridors of Blackwood Manor, freezing my blood in my veins. My instincts screamed at me to run, to find her, to do something. But my feet were leaden, rooted in place by an overwhelming sense of dread. When I finally forced myself to move, I rushed into the hallway, the note still clutched in my trembling hand. The flickering candle sconces cast eerie shadows, stretching and twisting along the walls as if the house itself was alive. I followed the sound, my heartbeat hammering against my rib cage. But as I ran, the hallways seemed to shift. Doors that had been there moments ago were gone, replaced by walls of dark wood and faded portraits. The eyes in the paintings followed me with an unsettling intensity, and for a moment, I could have sworn I saw the lips of one portrait curl into a knowing smile. The scream had come from Emily's room, or at least where her room should have been. But when I reached the door, I found it slightly ajar, the air inside unnaturally cold, despite the oppressive humidity that lingered in the rest of the manor. I pushed the door open, my breath catching in my throat. The room was empty. The bed, which had been made just hours earlier, was now in disarray. The canopy curtains billowed as if someone had just passed through them, though the windows were locked tight. Emily's suitcase was still there, her dress draped over a chair. There was no sign of struggle, no blood, no signs of a forced exit, but she was gone. A whispering sound filled the air, so soft I almost dismissed it as the wind. But then I heard it again, unmistakable now. "Help me." It was Emily's voice. I spun around, trying to locate the source, but the room remained unchanged. The voice was distant, fragmented, like a radio signal struggling to break through static. I turned toward the wardrobe, its heavy oak doors slightly ajar. Every horror movie instinct in me screamed not to open it, but this was Emily. I couldn't leave her. Slowly, I reached forward and pulled the doors open. Empty. Just rows of dresses and coats swaying gently, though I had touched nothing. But then, as I moved to step back, my foot struck something solid. Looking down, I saw a set of deep, fresh scratches on the wooden floor, leading into the wardrobe, like something had been dragged inside. My breath hitched as I crouched down, hesitating before pressing my ear against the back wall. That's when I heard it. "Run. Before he sees you." A sudden gust of icy air blasted through the wardrobe, sending me stumbling back. The candlelight flickered violently, casting grotesque, shifting shadows along the walls. A sharp knock sounded against the wardrobe door, 3 deliberate raps that sent a jolt of terror through my spine. I scrambled away, heart pounding, just as the door to the room creaked open on its own. Victor stood in the doorway, his expression unreadable. "Is something wrong?" His voice was smooth, too smooth, as if rehearsed. His gray eyes bore into me, unblinking, as if searching for something. He didn't seem surprised that Emily was missing. In fact, he didn't seem concerned at all. His lips curled into a polite smile, but there was something lurking beneath it, something dark. I heard Emily scream, I managed to say, my voice shaking. "She's gone. We have to find her." Victor stepped inside, his presence suffocating. He glanced around the room, then back at me. "She's probably just nervous," he said dismissively. "Pre-wedding jitters." I stared at him in disbelief. "Jitters?" She screamed, "Victor, she's not here." His smile didn't falter. "The manor is old. It has a way of playing tricks on people. I'm sure she's fine." His words sent a shiver down my spine. He was lying. I could feel it. But before I could press further, a loud chime echoed through the manor. The sound of a grandfather clock, though I had yet to see one anywhere in the house. Victor's expression darkened for a split second before he straightened. "It's late," he said. "You should rest." I wanted to argue, but something about the way he said it, the finality in his tone, made me hesitate. I needed to be careful. I nodded, slowly, feigning exhaustion. "Yeah, maybe you're right." Victor smiled again. "Good. Tomorrow is a big day after all." He turned and left the room, shutting the door behind him with a quiet click. I waited until his footsteps faded before rushing to the door and testing the handle. Locked. Panic surged through me as I jiggled it harder, but it wouldn't budge. I was trapped. And somewhere in the manor, Emily was still missing. Hours passed, or at least it felt that way. I sat in the dim candlelight, my nerves frayed, trying to make sense of everything. Something was deeply wrong with this place, with Victor, with the guests who barely spoke and whose smiles never quite reached their eyes. My thoughts swirled with growing paranoia until a soft scratching sound pulled me from my trance. It was coming from the wardrobe again. My body tensed as I turned toward it, my breath caught in my throat. The doors creaked slightly, moving just enough to reveal a sliver of darkness within. My pulse thundered as I reached for the nearest object, a heavy brass candlestick, and stepped closer. Before I could do anything, the doors swung open violently. A gust of wind extinguished the candle, plunging the room into darkness. The scratching turned into frantic clawing and then a whisper, louder this time, urgent. "You have to leave before it's too late." My hands trembled as I fumbled to relight the candle. The moment the flame flickered back to life, the wardrobe was empty once more. But this time, something had changed. The back panel of the wardrobe was slightly ajar, revealing a hidden passage. My breath hitched. Was this where Emily had gone, or been taken? Summoning every ounce of courage, I reached forward and pushed the panel open further. A cold, damp tunnel stretched beyond, the air thick with the scent of earth and something else. Something rotten. I had no choice. If Emily was in danger, I had to find her. Taking a deep breath, I stepped into the darkness, the panel silently closing behind me.